Welcome everyone to the Z Files. This is episode 3. I'm Rob, this is Trick Factory Customs, and today we're gonna eliminate some crap and we're gonna make room for some of the good stuff that's coming up in the very near future. We do a whole bunch of cutting, so if anybody out there is squeamish and is feeling very much Z car fanatic, this might not be the episode for you, but it is for me. This is my car. Please enjoy the video and like, comment, subscribe. We want to hear comments from everybody, so make sure you comment. We love reading them. Anyways, enjoy. So we'll just test fit this fender back on here so we can see kind of where we're going to do the cuts. It's kind of a critical time right now to get this sorted out. We have to decide exactly where we're going to cut because we're going to eliminate this whole structure, and yet I want to make sure that these pickup points maintain the same. I got it fixtured down here on the jig so that this will stay in place. So we're gonna leave the rad support and this whole hinge assembly and everything in place for now while we're cutting everything out. Later on down the road, when we get the frame made and the whole front section, rad mounts and all that stuff, then we'll recreate all of that, something entirely different. But for now, that needs to be here. So Ian, why don't you come on over here for a second? I got Ian today. Ian's gonna help me out. He's gonna jump in here and start cutting some of the bits out, sort of prep for the next major phase of construction. So Ian, what we can see is that we want to keep this here, and there's 2 fasteners right here at the front, at the leading edge of this front fender. I gotta keep these in place so that holds the front of this in place. So I think what we're gonna do is we'll probably cut somewhere from about this point down, chasing the vertical line of the rad support all the way down through the frame rail. So that will hold that in place. The back is just put on there. It's all on. This is gonna exist, forever. So this is gonna keep. We don't need to worry about that. So I think seeing this here, knowing this is here, we can just get rid of this again. Come back to this another time. Okay. So that was that little mark right there. That's these 2 front mounts. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut through this flange vertically down. And we'll probably do all of our cutting and everything from this side. So we're gonna cut down vertical to right here. I wanna maintain this section. So we're gonna have to change our cutting direction, and we're gonna have to go underneath this, but we'll access that from this side, so it'll be easy. So we'll have to come down. I see very likely, okay, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to use a saber saw for this, and we'll pre-drill inside these little direction changes for where the saw blades go. We'll pre-drill those so we can turn the saw blade, change the direction, go a different route. So we'll drill here, and right over here on this side of the rad support, we'll drill a hole there, and then from that point, so we'll go down to a drilled hole here, change direction for the saw, do another drilled hole right here, change direction for the saw, and then we'll just follow this nice straight edge. Follow that all the way down, underneath, and then down through the frame rail, but you're gonna have to remove both of these tow hooks before you cut through that. So grab yourself an impact, we'll remove those, pre-drill both these holes, and then we'll saw it out. That will take care of that. Once that's done, then we just gotta saw out this section over here. So we'll just saw this little piece right here, cut through here, we'll pre-drill right here, that'll get cut, and then we'll just cut. Actually, we don't want to go that far. We might as well just cut. Basically, we're going to parallel the firewall just in front of the firewall. So we should have a little bit of extra material left when it's all said and done. We'll fine tune that later. We'll just cut this out all the way down and through. You can kind of see, you can actually cut it right on this flange right here. Cut that right out. You know what? We'll bring it even farther forward. It's easier now to leave a little extra material and then have to cut more later than it would be to take too much off. I mean, of course it's steel, you can always put it back on, but hey, we don't want to create more work than we need. We already have a big enough project. So we'll leave a little extra, trim it off later. So we're literally just going to cut straight down through, and that's going to go all the way through here. And we're just going to follow this, and we're just going to cut that right off. So you'll have to pre-drill a couple of holes where your directions are going to change. But we'll start in the front, we'll move to this. This whole front section should just pretty much just fall out of here. Then we can toss in the engine and trans. Well, we're closer anyways. Yeah. We'll start with this, then we'll do the firewall, then we'll do the main floor, and then we're close. Then we'll be able to put the engine and trans in. All right? Okay. You're gonna make some big moves today. This is gonna be awesome. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Crush it.
All right.
You're in there.
This is a lot to look at right here. Scary.
Or lack thereof.
What did we do?
And let's talk about what we're gonna do next. Now that we got that out of the way, that opens up a whole bunch more here. So we're gonna keep with the theme of chopping out the old. We're gonna cut the firewall out. We'll trace out a borderline. We'll leave a little bit of an edge, and we're gonna remove this whole floor section. I want to bring it back all the way into the area where the rear diff is. So when I bring my subframe and everything down here, well, my diff and axles anyways, I can put that in place. That's going to be a big job in itself, just getting this out. So we'll lay out some lines. We'll make a little bit of a visual idea of where we got to cut, where the hard parts are going to be. It's going to be a lot easier than it was to cut the engine bay area out. This is going to be a lot simpler. So we'll just do some simple layout lines and we'll just start hacking it out. Sound good? Right on. We're going to make our cut right here. This line represents the under the cowl, and I don't want to cut any of that structure out of there. So I measured from this hole to the cowl on the. You see where we're at here, Ian? Okay. Same here. We're just basically gonna cut all of that out. We're gonna leave that, so cut on this side of the line. Okay, just cut it right across there. Then the rest of it will come out with the floor pan. The next thing that we see on this will be the engine and trans in place on the jig. I'm just looking at it right now, sort of starting to process just what's next, and I think that's it. Of course, we still got to chop more of the floor out, but I kind of want to see the engine and trans in place. I think that's going to be a big thing.